Hello there, Stevos. Welcome along to this week's episode of Steve's Weekly Vlog right here on my YouTube channel, SteveOfficial. It is Monday morning. It's just gone 7 a.m. and I have just woken up and turned all my alarms off, and I have also just put on the Harry Hill Show podcast over on YouTube on my Samsung Galaxy tablet as well, which you could probably hear in the background, but that is what I'm currently watching right now on this Monday morning. So I have just put my last bits of washing that I had in my washing basket yesterday from last week. I've stuck that in the washing machine alongside my bedding as well and just put the washing machine on. Just made myself my first flask of tea of the day. For breakfast this morning, I've got a bowl of chocolatey square cereal. Just about to catch up with today's episode of Coronation Street on ITVX on my Samsung tablet. Sun's out, guns out, everyone, says the guy that's currently wearing a warm hat, a coat. Underneath the coat, he's wearing a jumper. Underneath the jumper, he's wearing his t-shirt. So my guns are currently hidden away in my jumper. For legal reasons, I was on about my arms, not actual firearms. Well, anyway, Monday morning, it's just gone 8:30. I look like I've been crying. I promise I haven't been crying. I had a massive sneezing fit before I left my house because, you know, dust and all that jazz. Gotta love a good sneezing fit. It's always good to clear out your systems before you leave the house, especially when you're about to go and do some shopping. So that is exactly what I'm about to do right now. I've decided to take a walk up to Tesco in Castle Lane in Bournemouth as I'm going to do some shopping. Don't really need a lot shopping wise this week, but I will show you guys what I bought shopping wise this week when I get back home on this Monday morning. So this is what I brought shopping wise today for this week. I bought some more super crispy crinkle cut chips. I also picked up some more bread as well, because the bread that is over here, don't know if you can see it that well, it's got a mouldy. So we're going to chuck this literally in the bin. Bye-bye. There we go. In the bin it goes. It's there. Anyway, so I picked up some more breads as well for this week for my lunch whilst I'm at work, because I'm back at work this week. I also picked up some more Lenore as well. This is Spring Awakening, a shower fresh feeling that lasts all day, because I needed some more washing detergents. And because I needed some more washing detergents, I also picked up some more Calgon, because even though I have still got half a bottle left in the cupboard, but I just thought I'll pick up some more just in case, you know, I run out over the course of the next couple of weeks. I also picked up some grated mozzarella. That's going to be for my sandwiches, for my lunch this week when I'm back at work. I also picked up some milk as well, even though I've got probably half a bottle in the fridge, but it's always worth me picking up an extra 4-pint bottle. I also picked up 4 cans of baked beans and pork sausages in tomato sauce as well, the Tesco value ones, because I'm going to have baked beans pretty much all week this week for my dinner, and obviously I will be showing you what I've got for my dinner tonight and for this week throughout this week's episode of the weekly vlog. And the last thing I picked up this week was 2 bottles of Pure Carbon Total Clean Carbon Shower 5-in-1, which is body, face, hair, beard and moisturiser. There's only one thing on that list that I don't have, and that's a beard. So it doesn't really work for me for my beard because I don't have a beard. Tried to grow a beard once, didn't work. Anyway, so I picked that up as well because I'm starting to run low on some shower gel. So that is pretty much all my shopping that I picked up this week from Tesco in Castle Lane in Bournemouth on this Monday morning. So I've just taken out my bedding from the washing machine, which I'm now going to transfer over to the tumble dryer for it to dry in the tumble dryer on this Monday morning. Before putting my bedding into the tumble dryer to dry, I had a load of washing that was already in the tumble dryer that I stuck in the tumble dryer yesterday when I did my load of washing. Obviously that is all dry now, so I'm about to take this upstairs in my blue basket and I'm about to put it away neatly in my wardrobe in my bedroom. We are fast approaching Monday afternoon now. I'm upstairs in the bathroom and I'm just about to have a shower, shave and brush my teeth as well. The sun is out, but I have just made a flask of tea. My lunch today, I've got a grated mozzarella cheese sandwich, which I've cut into a triangle, so I've got 2 triangles, 1, 2, of mozzarella cheese sandwich. And over on YouTube on my iPad, I'm just about to watch today's Mystery Door episode for Hanging Out with Ant and Dec via their Belterbox YouTube channel. Over on my iPad right now on this Monday afternoon. It is Monday night, by the way, and I have not long got back home from seeing my support worker. Today I took a walk from here up to Castle Point with my support worker, went to Costa in Castle Point, which is inside Next in Castle Point, and I sat down with him. I had a strawberry drizzle frappe, he had a coffee with a glass of water. We had a bit of a chat, and he was just asking me some bits and pieces, you know, about what my plans are for this week and all of that kind of stuff. And then after that, we then caught the bus into Bournemouth Town Centre, went for a walk through Bournemouth Gardens, and then after that, we then went for a walk a little bit onto the beach because it was nice and sunny. We also had a walk along Bournemouth Pier as well. And then after that, that was the end of the session. I then caught the bus back here. And then I've literally in the last half an hour just been watching today's episode of EastEnders on BBC iPlayer. I found out actually, because I've been kind of refreshing YouTube all day today. Because I'm like, where's the first 25 minutes of the Chris Moyle show on Radio X from today? Couldn't find it. Found out a few hours later that Chris Moyles isn't on. I don't think he's on all week this week because someone else is covering his breakfast show and they don't normally do the first 25 minutes when this cover is doing the breakfast show instead of Chris Moyles. So looks like I'm not going to be able to see that this week on YouTube. And also as well, I've just kept refreshing YouTube as well for another reason, because it's just gone 6 o'clock at the time of recording this part of the weekly vlog on this Monday evening. And normally on YouTube at 6 PM on a Monday evening, we have a new episode from Off the Hook. I've been refreshing the channel now for nearly the last half an hour, waiting for them to release their brand new episode for this week, and nothing has come through. So actually, there's one thing I didn't check, actually, and the one thing I didn't check was to see whether or not they'd actually done a post on YouTube. I'll refresh it again just in case. I bet now it comes up. Nope, it still hasn't come up. Let me have a look on there, because normally they do a post. Oh, okay, well, actually, yeah, they have. They posted 42 minutes ago saying, today's video might be a little late, but it's coming. So it'll be uploaded a little bit later on this evening. Hopefully, I'll be able to watch that before I go to bed this evening. Anyway, I have got dinner on the go in the air fryers at the moment, so I'll show you guys what I've got for dinner in the next scene of the weekly vlog. I've just made myself a flask of tea as well, and I just need to do the washing up, drying up, and putting away from breakfast and lunch this morning. This is what I've got for my dinner this evening on this Monday night. I've got some baked beans and sausages with some corn chicken nuggets and some chips. I've also just taken a cold can of Dr. Pepper out of the fridge as well, so I'm going to have that alongside my dinner tonight. And over on YouTube on my iPad, yes, they have finally uploaded their video Off the Hook. It is Daz and Will's Secret Garage, so I'm going to watch that now on YouTube on my iPad on this Monday night. Monday night, just made myself a grated mozzarella cheese sandwich for my break time at work tomorrow. So I'm just going to stick that in the fridge to keep it nice and refrigerated overnight. Now on this Monday night, earlier today, I obviously did some washing. I put that in the tumble dryer. That was my bedding and the clothes that I've worn yesterday, last night as well. So that's all nice and dry. So I'm about to take that upstairs and put my clothes away neatly in my wardrobe in my bedroom. And obviously put my bedding that I had in the tumble dryer as well. I'm going to put that back on my bed ready for me to get into my bed tonight. Monday night, we are fast approaching 9 PM right now, so I've got into my pyjamas and I'm pretty much ready for bed. I've just taken my nighttime medication, my last flask of tea for this evening. I'm going to head off to bed right now because I have got work tomorrow morning. So from me, it's good night, and I shall speak to you guys again in the next scene of this week's episode of the weekly vlog, which will be Tuesday. Good morning, everybody. Tuesday morning, got my flask of tea and I'm back at work this morning. Just gone 6 AM. The day is starting to break up behind me. It's starting to get lighter in the mornings, which is good news, although by the time the clocks go forward at the end of this month, I'll probably be walking in the dark again. Lovely. Anyway, walking to work as I'm back at work on this Tuesday morning. So it is Tuesday afternoon, by the way. Obviously, I've got home from work. I've chilled out for a bit, just checked social media on my iPad, and now I am upstairs in my bedroom. I have got some snacks that I'm going to have. Believe it or not, I got this from my sister, not last Christmas, but the Christmas before, and it's been downstairs in the kitchen cupboard since then. So I'm going to have this, and I did get this ages ago from my work, this Mr. Kipling strawberry and cream tarts. So I'm also going to have them as well. But over on my TV in my bedroom on this Tuesday afternoon, I am just about to catch up with today's episode of EastEnders on BBC iPlayer. Just about to catch up with today's episode of Coronation Street on ITVX on my TV in my bedroom. I have 5 episodes of Emmerdale to catch up on this week. I've got Wednesday, Thursday and Friday's episodes to watch from last week on ITVX, and then I've got Monday and today's episode of Emmerdale to also catch up on ITVX. So I'm going to do that right now on this Tuesday afternoon. Tuesday night, and I have got dinner, well, part 1 of dinner in the air fryer at the moment. I need to put the chips, which are currently in the air fryer at the moment, I need to put the chips on in a few minutes time, so I'll do that in a few minutes. But first though, I just came downstairs and I've just put the kitchen lights on down here because I'm obviously doing myself some dinner at the moment, and I've also just taken out of the fridge a cold can of Dr. Pepper as well, which I'm currently drinking at the moment. Also as well, I just wanted to say that before I did come downstairs to start my dinner, I just went on to Amazon Prime Video, and I've just purchased a few brand new movies that I'm going to try and watch over the course of the next week or so. And these are the movies that either A, are going to be on my recent episode of Steve's Movie Wrap-Up, which is available now to watch over on my YouTube channel, SteveOfficial, so feel free to check that out if you have not yet checked that out, because there'll be some new movie reviews up on there. It's either that or these are movies that you can expect me to be reviewing across the next couple of episodes of my movie wrap-up, if you do watch those on a Sunday at 4 PM or even after 4 PM on a Sunday evening on my YouTube channel, SteveOfficial. So if I just turn my camera around very quick, and if I just scroll down, here we go, and I will show you guys what movies I have purchased. This is through my phone, by the way. I've got my phone all folded out because it's a foldable smartphone. So but anyway, I've got the first 2 Sisu films because they were actually on offer. I bought them as a bundle for 10 quid. Five Nights at Freddy's 2, because I did buy the first film, even though the first film isn't that great. I'm not highly anticipating Five Nights at Freddy's 2, I will admit, but I purchased it. I purchased it for $10.99. So there we go. I also purchased Eternity as well, which is also on Apple TV as well. So yeah, I purchased Eternity, and that was for, what was that for? $9.99. Yeah, I think all these films that I purchased today were $9.99. So Eternity was $9.99. Anaconda, by the way, is another film which I did see at the cinema at the end of last year, by the way. I saw this film at the end of last year, Anaconda. I did somewhat enjoy it. It's actually on a limited time offer. Probably by the time this vlog comes out, that limited time offer may have ended, but I got this for $9.99 as well. And I also purchased Eleanor the Great as well, which again I got for $9.99. Now I do, as you can see at the bottom of my phone screen here, I have also got some movies that I have pre-ordered actually, and I'll quickly go through them. Those movies I've just shown you, by the way, here. So from Sisu, Five Nights at Freddy's 2, Eternity, Anaconda, and Eleanor the Great. Those are the movies that you can expect me to review in my movie wrap-up, either in this week's episode of the movie wrap-up or in the next couple of weeks' episodes of the movie wrap-up as well, okay? So I will be reviewing them very, very soon. But these are the movies that I have pre-ordered now that haven't got a release date at the moment. They're probably going to be releasing at the end of this month going into April. So I'm going to go through them now. The Strangers Chapter 3, I mean, I've already got Chapter 1 and Chapter 2 on digital. I somewhat enjoyed Chapter 2 more than Chapter 1. When I went and saw The Strangers Chapter 3 in cinemas, I did get some enjoyment out of it, and it's the last of the trilogy, so I thought, you know what, I'll complete the trilogy. So I pre-ordered that film. I also pre-ordered Primate as well. Primate I pre-ordered because, again, saw that in cinemas a couple of weeks ago, enjoyed that film, would happily watch that one again. This film that I'm about to show you next, Twinless, I've never seen this film before. Heard really good things about it. The plot does interest me as well. So yeah, I'm definitely going to give that one a watch. And Scream 7 as well. Scream 7 is there, and I've seen it in cinemas, even though I've watched it once. You know, it's my second least favourite of the franchise, Scream 7. It could have been better, to be honest, but I have got Scream 1 to 6 on my digital platform list of purchases, so I thought, you know what, I might as well complete the collection and just get Scream 7 as well. So yeah, those are the movies I pre-ordered, and then from there onwards, Where We Bury the Dead is, downwards, honestly, all of those films I've already purchased, bought, and kept on digital platforms as well. There is actually a couple more. Films that I do need to purchase actually, which are slightly more expensive. They're $13.99 each, but I think I will get them though, because when it comes to buying things on digital, I don't mind paying no more than $13.99. I don't mind paying that at all, because that is roughly around about the same price as what you would buy on a DVD or Blu-ray when you go to like HMV or something like that. If it's $19.99, like there is some films that I have got on my watch list at the moment on Amazon, which I do want to purchase and keep, but at the moment it's $19.99. A few of those examples I can give to you right now is Marty Supreme, The Housemaid, and what's the other one? Marty Supreme, Housemaid, and Hamnet. That's the other one I was thinking of. They're $19.99 at the moment on home premiere. I'm not going to pay that price, to be honest, you know, because I just think it's too expensive. But if it's $13.99 or less on digital, I don't mind paying that whatsoever. So there is a few more films that I am going to purchase and keep on Amazon. And I will show you guys those films a little bit later on in this week's episode of the weekly vlog. Again, those films that I will be purchasing on digital for $13.99, again, expect me to give those reviews in my movie wrap-up video that is released every Sunday, 4 PM UK time, right here on my YouTube channel, SteveOfficial. That'll be coming up either in this week or the next couple of weeks' episodes of the movie wrap-up. Anyway, I am now just about to sort out the rest of my dinner, and in the next scene of the weekly vlog, I'll show you guys what I've got for dinner this evening. This is what I've got for my dinner this evening. I've got some baked beans and sausages with some chips And I've also got a steak and gravy pie, which has been in the freezer for God knows how long, by the way. All I know is on the packaging, it's from Aldi, and on the packaging it said that the best before date on it was November 2025. So it is okay, it is fine, it is safe for me to eat, by the way. I have searched this up on the internet. Obviously, when it comes to frozen foods, I'm just going to come back to me for a second. When it comes back to frozen foods, or when it comes down to frozen foods, should I say, you know, because they don't produce any bacteria, because it's frozen, then obviously, you know, you can store something in the freezer for a year, 2 years, 3 years, and it'll still be fine for you to eat. It genuinely would be fine for you to eat. If it was stored in the fridge, however, and the best before date was November 2025, well, because in a fridge it can develop bacteria, and it's very harmful bacteria, it's definitely not safe for you to eat. So there we go. I mean, to be fair, right, I'll prove this theory right now. I'm going to eat this, right, and if I'm sick by the end of this week, then we know why. But I don't think I will be, because that pie will definitely be safe for me to eat. So it's just been in the freezer for a really long time. I don't know how long it's been in there, to be honest. It could have been in there since 2024. But I need to start eating up everything that is in the freezer, to be honest, that has been in the freezer for a long time. So otherwise we're just gonna have to get rid of it all, you know, because if I'm not going to eat it, then I don't think anyone's going to eat it. So yeah, anyway, I am going to eat my dinner right now on this Tuesday evening. Now that I've just ate my dinner, I'm now just about to do the washing up, drying up and putting away from dinner this evening. Tuesday night, and I've just had a shower, shave and just got into my pyjamas. I've also taken my nighttime medication with a flask of tea as well. Right now though, it's just gone 10 p.m. on this Tuesday evening at the time recording this part of the weekly vlog, and I am now heading off to bed. So I shall see you guys again in the next scene of the weekly vlog, which will be Wednesday. Good evening, everybody. It is Wednesday evening, by the way. We are halfway through the week and halfway through this week's episode of the weekly vlog right here on my YouTube channel, SteveOfficial. Today I have been out. Obviously I went to work this morning, did my Wednesday shift at work. And then straight after work, I then went up to Castle Point and spent about an hour and a half in Costa, in Castle Point with my support worker today. And then after that, I walked back here, chilled out here, checked social media, went on my iPad for a little bit. And then I decided to take another walk up to Castle Point to go and get some dinner for tonight. Because, I'll tell you why, I'm not going to say it's got anything to do with the frozen pie that I had last night or anything like that. I feel as though it's got something to do with what I had yesterday afternoon, snack-wise, because I had some sweets that I kept that was on the top of my bed when I cleared out my bed last week. You may have seen that in last week's episode of the weekly vlog. And I kept some sweets. Now, the sweets I did have, I will admit, were pretty out of date. But ever since this morning, even though I still went to work and, you know, I was still fine while I was at work, but there's just been frequent moments throughout today where I've needed to sit on the toilet for a little while. Again, it's got nothing, I don't think it's got anything to do with the steak and ale pie or anything, but I just, yeah, honestly, I've just had a bit of an upset stomach all day today. I feel as though it is getting better though. Like, it was really bad this morning, but it's getting a lot better now. So, but anyway, yeah, so that happened. So I, instead this afternoon, I should have done this yesterday because we had our bins emptied today. The normal waste bin got emptied today, and I should have done it yesterday really, but I didn't. I emptied both of the freezers that we've got, so there's nothing in the freezer in the utility room at the moment. I've got some bits and pieces in the freezer in the kitchen, which is hopefully going to last me for the next couple of weeks. But yeah, aside from that, I haven't... aside from that, everything else that was in the freezer, some of it was frozen, was already cooked up frozen stuff from 2022 or 2023. It's been in the freezer since 2023. So I just threw it out and then I put it in the bin outside because the bin liner bag was full up with rubbish. So yeah, a lot of stuff from the freezer I literally just threw in the bin because I was like, well, if I'm not going to eat it now, there's no chance that I'm going to eat it in the next couple of weeks. And obviously there is no way that I'm going to be taking it to my sister's because she's only got very limited freezer space in her freezer. So anyway, so I basically limited down the freezers just down to the very bare minimum, the stuff that I'm going to eat over the next couple of weeks. And that's it. So yeah. Anyway, so I did end up going back up to Castle Point earlier this evening or this afternoon, after having a bit of a rest here at home, because I did pick up some more pies, because I fancy having more pies this week, which I'll show you what I've got for my dinner later on in this week's episode of the weekly vlog. But I also picked up some southern fried chicken drumsticks and chicken thighs as well, which I'm going to have a little bit later on for dinner this evening. I also picked up some snacky bits as well, because obviously the sweets and stuff that I've got up here, obviously I'm not going to eat any more of them, especially if it's giving me really bad toiletry issues. So I'm going to get rid of those. But I bought some other bits and pieces, some snacky bits that I probably will eat over the course of the next couple of days or the next week or so. And I also picked up a couple of reduced things as well from the bakery. I picked up these Belgian buns as well, because I do love Belgian buns. They were reduced. And I also picked up these custard donuts as well from Asda, which I got for just 57 pence. So there we go. Anyway, also as well, by the way, I don't know why I've turned my TV on in my bedroom because I'm planning to watch EastEnders on BBC iPlayer, but for some bizarre reason my TV has just gone to literally just a blank screen. I've just tried to reopen BBC iPlayer again, but now it's just coming up with a loading screen. Is it going to come up with the BBC iPlayer logo now? Probably not. Okay, well, I've got something else that I can show you guys, actually, which, oh God, I will show you now. Hold on. If I go on to Amazon Prime, oh, that's not going to work because I pressed the TV guide by accident. Let me just go on to Prime Video very quick because that will definitely work. I know that for sure. It's saying loading. There we go. It's coming up with the logo. Brilliant. That's always a good sign. Let me just go into my profile. I have brought some more movies. So earlier in this week's episode of the weekly vlog, I showed you guys some movies that I had purchased on Amazon Prime Video. There was some more that I did purchase, and I will show you guys. Oh, for God's sake. I will get to it. I'm trying to get to it now. Here we go. So these are the movies that I have purchased to buy and keep on digital. So if I just turn it over. So I brought Kill Bill, the whole bloody affair, because what Quentin Tarantino has done is he's put both Kill Bill Volume 1 and Volume 2 together. And it also comes with a new anime sequence, and it probably comes with some new scenes as well that we didn't see in Kill Bill Volume 1 and Volume 2. So I did get that. It is 254 minutes, so it's over 4 hours long, but I'm going to give that a watch at some point very soon. So I will review that for my movie wrap up in the next couple of weeks. I also brought Fackham Hall as well, which is a movie that came out just before Christmas, I believe. So I did pick that up as well to buy and keep on digital. I also got the SpongeBob movie, Search for SquarePants. I did see this towards the end of last year. And I did enjoy watching this on the big screen last year. So I'm going to be very happy to go back and see that again. And the final film that I did purchase to buy and keep on digital for the time being on Amazon is actually a Christmas movie. And if I select the next button, I'll show you what that is now. It's Silent Night, Deadly Night. This is a film that came out back in 2025. It's a horror movie. It's a horror reboot, remake, or something like that, for Silent Night, Deadly Night. I did want to watch this on the big screen before Christmas last year, but sadly, I just didn't get any time to watch it. So instead, I'm going to watch it within the next week or so, even though we're only in March. But you know what? I'll give it a watch. If it's any good, I'll definitely watch it again when we get to December, when it's Christmas. But anyway, so those are the movies that I have purchased to buy and keep for now on digital platforms through Amazon Prime Video. And of course, I will let you know in the next couple of episodes if there are any more films that I do purchase to buy and keep on digital platforms as well. I'm going to try BBC iPlayer again on my TV. If that doesn't work, then for the time being, I'm just going to have to watch Coronation Street and Emmerdale. Oh, it's coming up now. It's coming up with the BBC iPlayer logo, so it is definitely working. So right now then, on this Wednesday evening, is I am now going to watch EastEnders, today's episode of EastEnders, over on BBC iPlayer on my TV in my bedroom on this Wednesday evening. So it is Wednesday night. Very bizarrely, I've got a notification on my phone about half an hour ago while I was watching Coronation Street and Emmerdale on ITVX to say that Gabby Thompson has released a new video on YouTube, and there it is right there. Look, she's there with a towel on her head. Anyway, this is first relaxing weekend, changing nails, and mishmash dinner. That's her vlog. I'm going to watch that now on YouTube on my TV in my bedroom on this Wednesday evening. Good morning from the man who has had some broken sleep. Honestly, so after I filmed the last scene of the weekly vlog, which was me watching Gabby's vlog on YouTube on my TV in my bedroom, I decided, you know what, I was feeling a little bit tired. It was like 5 to 8 in the evening or 8 p.m. in the evening, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to wake up at 9:30 and I'm going to have my dinner at 9:30. Now, obviously, I was going to vlog it as well for you guys to show you what I had for dinner last night. Although, I think, given what I said in a couple of scenes ago, you probably would have worked out what that would have been. Anyway, so I ended up setting an alarm on my phone for 9:30, 9:32 and 9:34. 9:34 being the time that I got out of bed and woke up from my nap. You know, I was like, you know what, I'll have an hour and a half nap. It's fine, you know, and then I'll probably just stay up for a few more hours and then I'll go to bed in a few hours. Yeah, it'll be absolutely fine. Anyway, by the way, it's a very lovely day out there today. It's been very nice this week. It really has been very nice this week, honestly. I think we are expected to have some rain soon, though. So, you know, I'm really hoping and praying that we do have some really, really nice weather very, very soon. Proper nice weather to the point that I can go out and, you know, go for a bit of a wander and take you guys with me. Anyway, I've now got roadworks going on outside the house as well. If I know rightly, there's a... I'm going to find this out, actually. I'll come back to my story in a sec. Hold on. I'm going to look. It sounds to me like it could be coming from... I bet... Am I wrong or am I right? Oh, I don't know, because I can't now... Oh, yeah. Oh, I can't see because there's condensation on the window. But basically, there's a curb outside my house that has been loose or lifted and it needs to be repaired. So the council have now come out to repair the curb where it's lifted up. Anyway, anyway, back to my story that I was talking about. So last night, yes, went to sleep for an hour and a half. I must have turned my first alarm off, but for some bizarre reason, I missed my other 2 alarms that I set at 9:32 and 9:34. So am I saying that in the space of 2 minutes, 4 minutes, I ended up going into a deep sleep? I don't know. But anyway, so I ended up waking up in the early hours of this morning at 1 a.m. And then obviously I wasn't tired, really. I weren't that tired. So I was like, right, you know what? I'm going to stay up for a little bit. I was still in my clothes that I wore yesterday as well at this point. I was like, you know what? I'm going to stay up for a little bit. So I did. I watched some TV, watched a bit of Disney Plus. And then I also had my Belgian buns that I got reduced from Asda yesterday as well. I ate those. Stayed up for a bit longer. And then it must have got to around about 3:30, quarter to 4, sorry. 3:30, quarter to 4, and then I took my nighttime medication and ended up going back to sleep. I then woke up again about 2 hours later at 6 a.m. and it is now just gone 8 a.m. and I've been up since 6 a.m. this morning. So, yes. So I've literally had broken sleep last night. That was my night last night, by the way. I had broken sleep. So I didn't eat my dinner that I was planning to eat last night for my dinner. So that's probably going to be something that I'm going to eat tonight instead. So I'll show you that a little bit later on in the weekly vlog. But obviously I got into my pyjamas as well before I got into my bed last night, just before 4 a.m. But I don't know, honestly. This broken sleep pattern, man. It always, you know what, it never happens when I've got work, which is fine, you know, I don't mind that. But it's when I'm off work, you know, I'm kind of hoping and praying, to be honest with you, that when I do move in with my sister, that this broken sleep pattern just, it breaks, you know, like I just have a good night's sleep. Because there has been so many times over the last year where I've not gone to work, you know, like it's been my day off work, and the night before my day off work, I've literally just had broken sleep. You know, like I'm going to sleep at 9 o'clock at night and then I'm waking up at 1 a.m. in the morning. Then I'm not tired. And then after that, I'm then awake for a good few hours. And then I'm going to sleep at 4 a.m. in the morning and then waking up at either 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. 6, 7. Anyway, sorry to do that. Yeah, that joke's too old now, isn't it? That's too old, you know. Yeah, I'm not joining the generation of 6, 7. Okay, I really am not. But anyway, but either way though, you know, like, yeah, this broken sleep pattern has just got to goddamn stop, man. Honestly. So anyway, I've now got to put up with some roadworks going on outside my house for probably the rest of this morning. Hopefully it doesn't interfere too much with this video, and hopefully it doesn't interfere too much with the sound. But I am now just about to get dressed though on this Thursday morning. I've just made my first flask of tea of the day. For breakfast this morning, I've got a bowl of chocolatey square cereal. So it is Thursday morning. It's just gone 9 o'clock and I am just about to log into my iMac in my bedroom on this Thursday morning, because I am going to play some music, listen to some music, all the whilst I sort out my wardrobe that's behind me, because obviously I'm going to get rid of a load of clothes. I'm going to declutter my wardrobe. Obviously I've got Christmas jumpers and stuff in there, which obviously I am going to keep because, you know, I do love my Christmas jumpers, and the only time I do wear them is understandably in December, because if I wore them any other time of the year, like now for example, that would just be weird. Anyway, so yeah, so I am going to declutter my wardrobe. The idea is I want to try and keep 8 jumpers, 8 t-shirts, 9 to 10 like underwear, and probably the same for socks as well, is around about 9 or 10 pairs of socks, you know, just so then that way, you know, when I move in, you know, I've got a very small wardrobe, you know, I've got a very small wardrobe, and to be honest with you, where I do my washing once a week, you know, I mean, to be honest, do I need like 30 to 40 t-shirts? Do I need like 30 to 40 jumpers? You know what I mean? So I think if I limit it down to just 8 or 9 t-shirts, trousers, jumpers, I don't even think I own 8 or 9 pairs of trousers. I think I only own 5 or 6, but either way, if I need to go out and buy more trousers, I'll go out and buy more trousers. But either way, though, you know, t-shirts, jumpers, trousers, pants, socks, pajamas as well. That's the other thing. Pajamas, you know, I'm going to try and limit that down to just 8 or 9 of everything, you know. Obviously I've got my Oodies as well. I've got my Marvel Oodie, I've got my 2 Simpson Oodies as well, which obviously I am going to take with me, so that I've got 3 Oodies, but I don't think I need any more Oodies after that though, because I'm pretty satisfied with having 3 Oodies to wear, especially when we get the late night, well, the darker evenings and the colder nights as well, because even though we're going into this side of the year now where I'm not going to be really wearing my Oodies that much, but obviously, you know, by the time we get to around about October, November time, I'm probably going to be wearing my Oodies a bit more, like in the house and stuff like that, especially when the house gets a little bit cold. So yeah, so there is that as well. So that is what I'm going to be doing today. Before I do that though, because I did originally book to go and see Goat and Epic, Elvis Presley in concert. I did plan to see that at the cinema today, at Odeon. Obviously, because this is going to take me pretty much half a day to do, maybe, I've instead decided that I'm going to bin off the cinema today to sort out my wardrobe, because I think that is a number 1 priority, is sorting out my wardrobe. And then I may have to end up watching Goat and Elvis Presley in concert either next week, or I may have to just wait until it comes out on digital for now. But either way, that is what I'm planning to do for now on this Thursday morning. So anything that I'm not going to be keeping, like in terms of t-shirts and jumpers and stuff like that, I'm just going to put into like a charity bag, and then I'm probably going to either give it away to I'll probably just give it to the charity shop, or see if my sister can hand it into a charity shop or something like that. And then, yeah, I mean, underwear, you can't give to a charity shop. So any underwear that I don't want to wear anymore, then I'm probably just going to throw it in the bin, you know, because you can't really give underwear away. That's a bit weird. And no, I'm not selling my underwear either, you know, because, again, that's very weird. That's very weird. Anyway, so that is the plan for today. I'm going to put some music on my iMac right now that that's all logged in and started up. So that is what I'm going to do right now on this Thursday morning. Also as well, actually, there's something that I'll very quickly say that's got nothing to do with clothing, but I'm just going to say it very quick anyway. When I was watching Gabby's vlog last night, actually, on her YouTube channel, she was mentioning about Apple Creator Studio. Now, when I edit my weekly vlogs that you guys watch, I normally edit my vlogs under iMovie, which is a free software that comes with iPad or iPhone or iMacs, whatever. Obviously, Apple Creator Studio is a subscription-based service where some of their pro studio software, editing software, that's the words I was trying to look for, editing software, it's obviously under a subscription, and they've actually got something called Final Cut Pro. Now, Final Cut Pro, I have used it before. I used it many, many years ago for a Halloween project that I did for my youth centre that is just over the road from me, when I used to go to my youth centre. So, yeah, so basically, I am going to see if I can maybe get a 1 month free trial for the Apple Creator Studio and see what it's like editing my vlogs
under Apple Creator Studio via Final Cut Pro. If it is any good, then I may continue using that. If it's not any good, or if I don't find it useful, then I'll just revert back to iMovie. But you may notice some changes. I don't know. You might notice some changes here and there. Maybe the transitions and stuff between one day to the next and stuff. But that's only when I do end up getting Final Cut Pro or Apple Creator Studio. I might consider getting it in April. We'll see what happens, but for the time being, I'm probably going to edit the vlogs using iMovie for now, and my movie wrap-ups using iMovie for now. But yeah, when I get closer to the time, maybe when we get to April or something like that, I may consider looking at using Final Cut Pro and seeing what that's like. I've not used Final Cut Pro in years, so if there are any errors in any upcoming episodes of the weekly vlogs, I can only apologise. But in all honesty, I'm going to try and learn how to use Final Cut Pro again. I used to love using Final Cut Pro. I learned how to use it years and years and years ago. I'm probably going to say it was around about 10 years ago was when the last time I used Final Cut Pro. And that was honestly just to edit a Halloween video that I filmed with a bunch of young people over at the youth centre when I used to go over at the to the youth centre years and years and years ago. It was quite fun, actually. It was quite fun to film. It was quite fun to edit, and I think literally the video that came out afterwards was really good, really well edited as well by me. You know, I was very proud, honestly. If I could find the project, I honestly would show it to you guys, but I think it's long gone. So, you know, unfortunately I'm not able to show you it, but if I could show you it though, I would show you it, because honestly it was edited by me. So, you know, I have got some really, really good knowledge about Final Cut Pro, but I've not used it in years, and obviously things change over the years and stuff like that, so obviously it's going to be a lot of getting used to if I do start using that editing software again. Anyway, I'm now going to play some music on my iMac. I'm going to sort my wardrobe out, and I'll speak to you guys again in the next scene of the weekly vlog. So it is Thursday night, and I have just taken out a cold can of Dr. Pepper out of the fridge. Over on my phone, I've just caught up with EastEnders and Coronation Street from today. I've still got today's episode of Emmerdale to catch up on, which I'm going to watch on ITVX on my phone, which is, by the way, Unfolded. There we go. So I'm going to watch Emmerdale right now. And this is my dinner tonight. I've got some chicken thighs and chicken drumsticks, southern fried chicken thighs and chicken drumsticks, which I'm going to eat now on this Thursday evening. Thursday night, and as usual on a Thursday night, I'm just about to go onto my iMac and go on Discord and speak to my friend Kieran via video call on this Thursday night. Good afternoon, everybody. It is Friday afternoon, just gone 4 o'clock, by the way, at the time of recording this part of the weekly vlog. For those wondering what I've been up to so far today, I went to the Harvester at Cooperdene in Bournemouth this morning, had 5 pancakes with bacon and maple syrup, which was absolutely delicious, by the way. Had a support session whilst I was at the Harvester as well for about 2 hours. Came back here, chilled out here, and I've also done a weekly podcast, which is available to stream, listen to right now via Spotify Music, Apple Podcast, and Google Podcast. Just search for Steve's Weekly Podcast in order to listen to this week's episode of the weekly podcast. I've also filmed a TikTok video as well, which I've posted on my TikTok channel, and I've also done some TikTok videos, which I'm going to post throughout this weekend as well. So there we go. So safe to say, after doing around about 6 TikTok posts, I think I've done enough exercise for one day. I think I've done enough exercise. Now, I have also packed my bag as well, because I'm supposed to be staying at my sister's tonight, tomorrow night, and then I'll be back here on Sunday night. I don't know what's happening. I haven't heard anything from her. I haven't heard anything from her partner either. So I don't know whether I am staying with them tonight or, well, I am staying at hers tonight. I don't know if I'm staying over this weekend. I've got no idea. I have packed my bag just in case they do message me within the next hour or so to say, are you ready? Because we're coming to pick you up. I don't know. I honestly don't know. So I'll just have to wait and see what happens. What I am going to do, though, is I'm just about to go into the bathroom and I'm going to go and have a quick shower and get back into my clothes. So then that way, if I do go to my sister's this evening, I don't need to have a shower before I head off to bed tonight. I can just go straight to bed and obviously get myself ready for work as well for tomorrow. Obviously, I packed my work uniform as well, just in case I am staying over there tonight, because I do have work this weekend. The reason I say this is because my sister is planning to take her partner away for the weekend, and obviously they're not taking the animals. They need someone there to look after the animals. And because my work isn't too far from where my sister has moved to, you know, I am going to go and stay there and look after the animals this weekend. So we'll see what happens. I will let you guys know in the next scene of the weekly vlog, or you may find out for yourself in the next scene of the weekly vlog exactly what happened. Good afternoon, everybody. It is Saturday afternoon. As you can see, I am not at home. I am currently in my sister's living room at the moment because I have stayed at my sister's this weekend. I am here all weekend, by the way, and Simba has decided to sniff my camera. I don't know if he's going to appear on screen or not because, you know, it's Simba, and Simba likes to be the centre of attention, don't you, Simba? He's looking at me very weirdly now, saying, shut up. Anyway, I've just put my iPad and my MacBook Air on charge. I've also just put my phone on charge as well downstairs in the living room. Yeah, so yesterday I did go and I did come over here to come and stay at my sister's overnight. I am here tonight as well, so I'm staying here for another night, and then tomorrow night I'm going back home again. And last night was the first night that I slept in my brand new room. Well, I say it was my first night. I mean, I slept in my brand new room, or what is going to be my brand new room. I slept there over Christmas, over the Christmas period, and I did somewhat vlog in there. A little bit. I didn't vlog a lot in there, but I did vlog a little bit in there. And, you know, the walls had no wallpaper on it, had no paint on it or anything like that. Safe to say now, the walls have been painted, the carpet has been put down, and my new bed is up and running. And I've slept in my new bed for the first time last night. And I must say, the mattress is very, very comfortable. Very comfortable. So I'm not going to show you guys what my new bedroom looks like at the moment. I am going to show you what it does look like, but I'll show you that in a few weeks' time when I do move in, okay? I will give you guys a proper room tour of my brand new bedroom that you guys will be seeing me. Well, you won't be seeing me sleep in it or anything like that, but I will be staying in it over the course of the next couple of years, just whilst I go through this whole transition of, you know, the next stage of my life. And then in a couple of years' time, I'm going to take you guys on the journey, fingers crossed, of me living independently on my own again, in my own property. That's something that could be lined up in the future. So, and obviously I'll talk to you more about that in a future weekly vlog when we get closer to the time. So yeah, so obviously it was really nice, you know, obviously I stayed here last night. I didn't have anything for dinner, by the way. I did bring a couple of snacky bits with me. I had some custard donuts for my dinner last night because it was really late. They didn't have anything in their fridge or freezer that I could just very quickly cook up. So I was like, you know what, I've got some snacky bits for tonight, so I'll have that tonight. So that's what I had for my dinner last night. I know, wasn't healthy, wasn't a proper meal, but hey-ho. So yeah, so I have got something in for dinner tonight, though, which is an air fryer-based meal. And I'll show you that a little bit later on in the weekly vlog. I Other than that, though, last night was pretty chilled. You know, my sister and her partner, they went off for their little weekend spa breakaway. Obviously, it's my sister's partner's birthday on Monday. So, obviously, they can't celebrate his birthday on Monday because they're both at work. So, they're celebrating it this weekend by going away, which is why I'm here, obviously looking after Simba, JJ, Monty, the rabbits as well. So that's what I've done. Also as well, by the way, I think Simba's just started. Yeah, here he is. Look, there he is. There's Simba. Simba's come to say hello. Also as well, I've been to work this morning. Work wasn't too bad. I've come back home from work. I've fed Monty. I've fed the rabbits, gave them some water, fed the dogs as well, and let them outside to go for a wee and do their business as well in the back garden. And then, like I said, got out my work uniform and I've just put my devices on charge so that they're all nicely charged up. It is fast. It's actually just gone 1 o'clock. I was about to say it's fast approaching 1 o'clock. Originally today, I was going to go to the cinema to go and see Send Help because they had a showing which they were advertising on their website over the last week. They were advertising a showing for 1:45 for Send Help, which is a horror film that I'm still yet to see, directed by Sam Raimi, and I've not yet seen it. And I was like, actually, one sec, my phone's now ringing, 1 second. Do apologise there, obviously that was just my sister giving me a quick phone call just to have a quick check-in to see how I am getting on, how things are here. And JJ's come to join me now. It was Simba, now it's JJ. So anyway, as I was saying, obviously, my first night here, sleeping in my new bed, very comfortable, really lovely mattress. Last night, by the way, just before I went to bed, I was actually watching something that my mum used to watch, which was darts, because I saw it was on ITV4 through ITVX. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to watch darts. So I did. I watched Luke Littler. He won a match. And I think Michael Van Gerwen was another one that won the match. So I watched 2 matches last night on my iPad. Which was really nice. Now I've got both dogs with me. I think Simba likes what I'm doing on his back. He really likes that. Anyway, so it is just gone 1 o'clock now anyway, and darts is back on ITVX. So I'm probably just going to watch darts this afternoon. I was going to go to the cinema to go and see Send Help. Obviously, they had a showing originally for 1:45, and I was going to go to that showing today, especially because I'm not too far from Tower Park. So I could easily get there. But for some bizarre reason, they took the showing off the website, and the first showing that they're showing is at 3:25, and it's $16.99. And to be honest with you, I don't really want to go and see it in one of their premiere studios for a lot more money. I'd rather go and see it for $8.99 or $9.99, which is their standard screenings, standard screenings. So I have seen showings for Wednesday next week. They have got one for when I finish work, which is for $8.99. So I might go and see it on Wednesday next week at the cinema in Tower Park at View, because I do want to see it. I am a fan of Sam Raimi's work, especially when he's done like the Spider-Man films with Tobey Maguire. He's done the Evil Dead films as well, and he's also done a film as well, which came out on Netflix about a year or two ago called Don't Move. Again, I was a huge fan of his work then as well. So I definitely do want to see Send Help before it does leave the cinema. If I don't get to see it in cinemas, it's not really a big issue because it is a 20th century studio film, which ultimately does mean that it will eventually end up on Disney Plus anyway. So, now Simba is taking over my vlog. He really is, isn't he? He's taking over my vlog with his face. So you can't really see much of me now, but you can see a lot of Simba. Anyway, So I'm going to sit in this afternoon. I'm going to watch the darts on ITV4 through ITVX as well on this Saturday afternoon. Not Sunday afternoon, Saturday afternoon. It is Saturday. I don't know why I thought it was Sunday for a second, but maybe it's just because I just want this week to end. You know, I just feel like this week has just been dragging, and it just feels like it's just never ending as well. Are you like photo bombing or vlog bombing my vlog, Simba? I feel like you are. You're vlog bombing me, aren't you? Yeah. Anyway, so that is what I'm going to do right now on this Saturday afternoon. It is Saturday night. This is my dinner tonight. I've just got the southern fried chicken thighs and drumsticks, which I've done in the air fryer, and over on ITVX on live TV, by the way, on ITV4. I'm currently watching the Ladbrokes UK Open of Darts. It's Stephen Bunting versus Josh Rock. They're doing this at Butlins in Minehead this weekend, so I'm watching that on this Saturday night on ITVX on my iPad. For dessert this evening, I went up to Lidl's earlier this afternoon and got this yogurt drink. It's low fat, it's peach and passion fruit yogurt drink. That is what I'm going to have for my dessert this evening on this Saturday night. Good afternoon, everybody. Sunday afternoon, by the way, not long got home from work. I have obviously let the dogs go out to the back garden in order to do their business, and then I had to pick up some dog poo, which I'm assuming was Simba. He decided to do a poo by the rabbit cage. I didn't even notice it. I think I've trodden in it as well. I didn't have any shoes on or anything like that. I had my socks on. So, yeah. Anyway, I have checked my carpet upstairs in my bedroom because I have been walking upstairs in my bedroom. I can't see any like poo stains in the carpet, so hopefully that should be okay. But it's just a little bit frustrating that I did actually kneel down to give the rabbits their rabbit food and their water as well, and I kneeled in a little bit of dog poo. I don't know. Anyway, so I've let the dogs out in the back garden. I've gave Monty his food and some water. I have also given the rabbits their food and water as well. I've got out of my work uniform, checked social media on my phone, and now on my iPad on this Sunday afternoon, I am now watching what is the quarterfinals of the UK Darts Open that's happening in Minehead, in Butlins in Minehead this weekend. So obviously they haven't started any matches just yet, but obviously the program's just started, so I'm watching that right now over on ITVX on my iPad on this Sunday afternoon. I am going to put my iPad on charge. Actually, I did bring down my portable power bank to charge my iPad, but I might just put it on charge through the plug socket that's over here, because I've got all the plugs plugged in, but I've switched the plug off at the wall. So also actually I need to put the look at this. Look at this. Like, honestly, what is it with this dog? Honestly, look at him. Look at him. Centre of attention. Centre of attention. Yeah, centre of attention. That's what I thought. Centre of attention. Anyway, oh, hello. I do need to put the plug on anyway, because I need to put the turtles lights and filter and that on. So I'm going to do that right now on this Sunday afternoon. Oh, and also as well, in the fridge, I actually did pick up a big bottle of tropical juice yesterday at Lidl's. I also picked up some a 1 pint of milk as well, which I don't think, in all honesty, I'm going to have. I don't think I can see me having a cup of tea or anything like that whilst I'm here this afternoon. But I have got a big bottle of tropical juice, which I'm going to have. I think I'm going to have that. I think in a minute. So I may have to take the semi-skimmed 1 pint of milk that I got yesterday from Lidl's. I may have to take that back home with me and stick it in the fridge. Oh, and also as well, by the way, another thing is I picked up today, because I saw this in work, Pepsi Max tropical flavour. Speaking of tropical drinks. So I am going to do a TikTok on taste testing that. And I will give you my thoughts on the Pepsi Max tropical drink in next week's episode of the weekly vlog. Oh, and I also need to get all of my stuff together, because I am going back home this afternoon. So I am going back home. So I'm going to go there. So I do need to pack my stuff up, and I need to write out my sister's partner's birthday card, because it is his birthday tomorrow as well. So I've got quite a bit to do this afternoon. Sunday night, and I'm upstairs in my sister's office, as I have just spoken to my friend Kieran on video call via Discord on my MacBook. I'm not going home tonight, going home tomorrow instead. Decided to stay here for another night, which is nice. Means I get to sleep in my bed for another night. My new one, not my old one, my new one. Anyway, I am going to wrap this video up here. Thank you for watching. Hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, please give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment in the comment section down below. And as always, if you are new around here and you like what you see, feel free to hit that subscribe button down below to become a Steve-O. For the rest of this evening, I've got some the darts final to watch on ITVX. And I've also got a YouTube video from Gabby Thompson to watch as well. She's uploaded a new video on her channel, so I'm going to watch that as well. And probably head off to bed. So there we are. That's my plans for the rest of the evening. And I'm just about to go down and have my dinner as well, because that is just ready and waiting for me to eat downstairs. Anyway, obviously there was no movie wrap-up this week. Do apologise. Obviously, oh, what's happened to my... What the hell has happened to my MacBook? It's like, really, I'm really hoping that I can, that's re-scratched, or is that just, I don't know, might just be some sort of dirt. I might have to clean my MacBook cover lid. It's got some sort of scratch or something on it, I don't know. I might have to clean that. There was no movie wrap-up video this week because I haven't seen any new films, but there will be one coming this Sunday on the 15th of March, 4 PM UK time. Next episode of Weekly Vlog coming next Monday, 4 PM UK time. Apologies for the delay of this video, obviously not at home. And my hard drive is at home and my iMac is at home, and obviously I've not edited this vlog until, well, a little bit later, so that's why this vlog is up a little bit later than planned, so I do apologise for that. But next week, weekly vlog is back to normal, 4 PM UK time on my YouTube channel, SteveOfficial. Don't forget, new podcast episode coming out, Spotify Music, Apple Podcast and Google Podcast on Friday the 13th of March. 2026 at 4 PM UK time. Just search for Steve's Weekly Podcast to listen. But until then, though, it's goodbye. Thank you for watching, and I shall see you guys again in my next YouTube video.